Hey, it's Friday, and I think that you guys pretty much let me know that you want to hear the juicy stuff or nothing. That's fine. I understand it. Hell, I was hoping that some would be interesting besides dirty secrets, but you know, it's the world we live in now. So this is not a dirty secret, but it's not. It's kind of juicy. It's kind of juicy, and here we go. So I told you the other one. So the other secret. If you didn't see it, maybe go back and look for it because it's really funny because I tell the world for the first time that in my hometown when I was about 18 years old, a very good looking local young man tried to court me and take me off and make me his bitch. He wanted to elope with me. And that's all I'm going to say. It didn't happen. It's good it didn't happen. It wouldn't have been good. It would not have been good. And that's all I'm going to say. Okay, but you want to hear the gay stuff, right? My gay stuff, not that sexy, not that interesting, because it's just kind of like your regular little gay boy growing up in Kentucky from 67 to 79 is when I graduated from high school. So we're just going to stay there for like 12 years. I'll talk about how that felt. When I was a little kid, I knew it was really different, and I hung out with the girls, and they were more fun. To me, they were. I did meet boyfriends along the way, but I don't know, the girls. I had a best boyfriend from the time I was in second grade until I was in the ninth grade, and I'm sure that everybody thought, oh, they're little gay boys together, but they weren't. See, that's what's so funny, because my best friend then, he was not gay. We didn't even discuss it at the time. There was no reason to. Hellfire, we were little kids, you know. We discussed science and religion. That's all we were talking about. We weren't talking about stuff like sex. But anyway, I know because he told me late in life, as adults, talking on the phone, he was never gay. He was a United Methodist minister who was married and has an adult daughter. And he did tell me that he decided to go with Methodism because he felt that it was the religion that was most inclusive to the people who felt marginalized. That's what a wonderful man he was. And if he had been gay, wonderful. But he wasn't, so there you go. Got that. So I wasn't out there around a lot of gay people. I wasn't, or if I was, I didn't quite know. Until, you get to a certain age and you realize, yeah, there are others among us. There are others. We know. You get to know. By the time you're like in high school, you know who is and who isn't. You know who's friend of Dorothy's, right? I'll tell you something. I didn't go around and get my feelings hurt a lot, but I'll tell you something that really pissed me off. This pissed me off about being a teenager and being gay. And I'm going to tell you something too. I have to say this. People who are giving me shit about being gay when I was a senior in high school, it's really funny because I was never so sexually active as I was my senior year in high school. Never as sexually active as I was with my girlfriend in senior high school. And so they can say what they want, but I didn't have sex with anybody at Nelson County Senior High School or anybody in my class, anybody at any of the schools I went to. None with any of them. So, but I enjoyed some female companionship. I did. And I'm telling you something, jocks. I'm sure I got as much as you got. And I'm sure it was just as good, too. Because I am good. Whatever I choose to do, I will do it well or I will not do it at all. So I know that whatever I did with my girlfriend, I did it well. She would probably tell you now that I did it well. Anyway, I'm going to move on. So here's the thing. You do understand there are other little gay people out there with you and they're trying to survive. And you yourself kind of distance yourself from them because you think that guilt by association. So I'm going to say this. This happened twice to me, and this was right up at high school time, okay? This right up about high school time. I'm about like 17, 18 or whatever. So I never had a problem with boys I didn't know. Like the boys from the other schools, like New Haven, they didn't know me very well, and I didn't have a problem with them calling me fag, sissy, anything. I didn't have a problem. I didn't have a problem with the chaplain boy who was like so weird and perverted that he would flash his wiener to me in like 7th and 8th grade, say, you want this, No, it was all just weird kids being weird kids and doing stuff, right? But anyway, when I was in high school, the thing was, you know who the other friends of Dorothy are, right? You really know. So there were two instances that I can never erase from my brain. A betrayal from my brethren, okay? One, it was a group, I don't know why we were even out by the bleachers, but we were out by the bleachers. It was a group of jocks and nerds, just a big mix of boys. And I'm not saying a lot of boys. I'm saying maybe 6 of us boys, right? And then somebody says something, and then somebody says something about me being gay. And then one of the most obviously gay class members that I have, whom I know today, you're totally gay, you know you're gay. He was like, yeah, he's such a queer. And I turned and I looked at him like, yeah, right. And he looked away because he knew. Okay, then I got another one who was my actual friend and classmate. Actual friend, sit at the table every day in art class and have a really good time with this person and even exchange Christmas presents at Christmas time. And then, like, we're going to take it like right after our senior year, I'm out walking in my hometown and a carload of young men pulls up, slows down next to me, comes to a halt. I don't know any of the boys in this car, really. I couldn't name any. I don't remember any of their faces. But I remember the face of my friend who was in there, who was laughing with them when they were calling me a queer. I remember that. See, here's the thing. Y'all think, oh, people are mean. You know who's mean to gay people? Other gay people who are afraid. Other gay people who are afraid. And I don't think that I did this to anybody. If I did, I'm really, really sorry. I wasn't out there thinking. Anyway, here's the thing. Now, in this one, I'm going to talk about somebody I love very much and have loved since the moment that I saw her. I'm not going to tell you her name. I'm just going to say I met this girl when I was 5 years old. And she was the most intoxicating creature I'd ever seen in my life. And to this day, if I were up on her, she would remain one of the most intoxicating creatures of my life. Because the last time that I saw her, I hugged her and I forgot her chemical makeup. She smells like candy. She smells like bubblegum. It hit me. Oh my God, she smelled like bubblegum the first time I ever met her. Her natural fragrance is bubblegum. This girl is chemically gifted. She was. She was really bright and very beloved. And everybody, like I said, you either wanted to be her best friend or actually be her. That's who you wanted to be. And she knew. I mean, she knew. She was just so used to always winning. Everything, winning. And nobody had a problem like, you're always winning. No, she just naturally just win. Don't even try. She was just winning it all. She was just making the best grades and everything. And with me, pretty early on, she started kind of really ignoring me, and that was okay. But I was like everybody else. I would do anything to kind of win her, her praise or whatever. I mean, everybody knew I was a good artist, but that wasn't terribly interesting to her because she was not a very artistic person, okay? Let's just say she's very intelligent, but I don't know. I'm going to shut up. Let me just say this. So here's the thing. About 6th grade, I noticed that this friend of mine whom I love belittles me every day in front of our other friends. And I think, she's my friend. She likes me. And then it's like, well, why did she say that? I didn't understand it. So I just thought, well, maybe she was the one who came up and go, oh, no, I love you. Now, listen, I really, really need you to do that invitation to my party. If you don't, nobody will come, and then I won't invite. If you don't, I won't. And I'm okay, I'll do it. Here, is this good enough for you? Is this good enough? Oh, yeah, that's great. And then not invite me to the party. That's who this person was. This was not a bad person. This was not a mean person. This was just a person. That's how her mind was going on what she liked and didn't. And I did not know that her not liking me was her built-in self-preservation mechanism. I did not like it. Anyway, we graduated from high school. And I want to tell you something. When I was a senior in high school, you might not believe this, but it's really funny because everybody was always going, oh, God, he's such a fag. Oh, God, he's such a fag. But let me tell you something. I've got witnesses. I was very sexually active my senior year in high school, and it was with female sex partners. I had sex with girls in high school. I'm not saying it was a million of them, but I'm saying it was a million times. Okay? Look. I'm good and bad. Believe it or not, I don't care. I don't ever want you to know firsthand, but listen, you would be surprised. You would be surprised. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to say. That person, that alpha person in our class, that alpha person, went on to do great things. You know, she went to college. She got a really good job making a lot of money, doing something, making more money than anybody else. But God knows it was so dull. What the fuck was it? Nobody, what did she do? What was it? I don't know. She just makes a lot of money. Okay, well, whatever. I do not, that's not a problem for me. I'm glad she made a lot of money. I'm really, really glad she made a lot of money. She's really good. She never did anything she didn't excel at. Let's just say it. She never did anything she didn't excel at. And I have every reason to think that she was the most sought after professional in any industry. But here's where I'm going to take you. We're going forward. It's 1983. I'm a gay person. I'm a gay professional living in Lexington, Kentucky, with a really nice boyfriend, like 30 years old. I thought, God, he's so sophisticated. He's 30. He lived in Frankfurt, and he said, this weekend, let's go down to Louisville, like where we used to go, and let's dance. And I said, that sounds just so fresh. So we did. It was dead of winter. And we went, and we're at this bar. I hadn't been in a couple of years. I don't know, but we're just dancing. We're grooving. And I look over, and next to me, dancing, is the alpha female in my class. And I love her. And my first thought is, oh, God, this is fabulous. We're out just being ourselves. Because you know what? The gossip, everybody knew what was going on. The gossip had already been told. Everybody was like, did you hear? And I heard she. Anyway, I don't care. Because nobody even gossiped about me. Because it was just like, oh, yeah, he's gay. There's nothing to gossip about him. He's gay. It's all out in the open. He's a gay person. He does pretty things and stuff. He likes Betty Davis. Anyway, I'm dancing with my boyfriend on the dance floor, and I look over, and here's my friend for the first, this was my classmate for 12 years, and I see her, and I think, oh, this is so cool. It's like a moment of like, we've gone full circle. I tapped her on the shoulder. She dropped out of sight. She absolutely dropped to the floor in the middle of the dance floor, and I was like, oh, God. And I just took off running because I was like, what was that? And my boyfriend came, he said, I said, just, look, it was just a classmate of mine, and she didn't really take my seeing her here too well. And I don't know, just weird. God, can we go home? And in about 20 minutes, she found me and she came up to me. She must have thought hard about what she was going to say. She said, listen, I am so sorry. I know I freaked out on you back there. It did. It really freaked me out. And I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have acted like that. But I do have to tell you this. Please don't go. Please don't go back home and tell people you saw me here. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm not like you. I'm just trying this. I'm just experimenting with something. But I will eventually marry and have children and be respected in the eyes of the church. And I thought, all I heard was, all I heard her say was that she was not like me, that she was better. Well, I'll tell you something, I love this girl today, and I'm going to tell you something, I can look back on it realistically now, and I can see that the reason that she kind of picked on me, the reason that she didn't, because she saw herself in me, and she was self-loathing. She didn't want to be that. She didn't want to be, but it was. It's just what it was. It's what God made her. But she, and I'm sure there were family members, church members who kind of gave her hell over it and everything too. And I think that only now is she starting to, we're 63 and I think she feels comfortable in her skin finally. And she deserves to. She has deserved to the whole time. But I'm just saying this. I know now that she was continually shitty to me, and she was shitty. Only because she was scared of me. She was scared of me. God, we're all God's creatures. I'm glad we got to a point where we can just talk about things like this. I know there are people out there who are like, oh, this is disgusting. I don't want to hear this fag talk. No, do it. I don't care if you're just watching this just to get your faggery in and just like make fun of me. You can throw tomatoes at the screen. I'm telling you the damn truth about what happened and where I was. And I hope nobody gets pissed off over me about this, because I didn't tell a goddamn secret except for my experience today. Because everybody knows what was going on there. They've known that for 40 years now we've known it, and it's okay. Because you know what? When you're the alpha female, anything you do is going to be okay. Hey, I'll tell you something that really breaks my heart is that back then, she could come out and say, hey, I'm a lesbian and I love it. And you know what? Everybody would have said, everybody would have gathered and went, and we love you, because it's okay. But instead, no. Anyway, this person's not like this anymore, and I love this person. But I'm just telling you what happened to me concerning this this porpoise. It was a porpoise. I'm just being stupid. Look, I'm going to go. I hope this worked for you. I know I haven't been really disorganized. There's a whole lot I can say on this subject, and I kind of get all sidetracked sometime. So I'll let you go at 15:45. Be good. I need to brush my hat. Winter is over. I need this to be brushed and put away. Goodbye, darling.